Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Mehdi. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at my current most worn 12 fresh, cheap summer fragrances that smell highly expensive. Without any further ado, at number 12, Nautica Voyage N83. I definitely like and prefer this one over the regular Nautica Voyage as it is less aquatic and more citrusy with added some woody base. If you like woody, aquatic, citrusy fragrances which are well balanced, for example, it is nothing here oceanic too much or eggy or too woody or too citrusy, this one is a must-have for you, especially considering the price. Perfumes average, I would say like 5 to 6 hours in terms of longevity, with first hour and a half, again average projection and sillage. At number 11, Dunhill Icon Racing Blue. Such a busy and crowded freshie, such a great atomizer. If you like woody, spicy and sweet fragrances, for example like La Nuit or let's say Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP, smells way closer to that fragrance in a fresh way, like fresh version of Dolce & Gabbana The One. If you like this type of fragrances, you're gonna enjoy this one as well. Personally, I really enjoy Dolce & Gabbana The One's DNA. If you want to carry that DNA to spring and summer, it is not a freshy fragrance, this is the best option. It is like fresher, greener and more citrusy version of Dolce & Gabbana The One. Performance is average, like 6 to 7 hours, a bit above average, let's say, with first hour and a half, good projection and sillage and great complementing factor. At number 10, one of the cheapest fragrances in my collection, like $8 for 50 ml, cheaper than water, to be honest, here in Denmark. Average type of atomizer, but juicy inside is 10 out of 10. So it is like citrusy, peppery, a bit ambroxany with undertone, very natural and anise note. It is a very, I can say, crowded and busy type of freshie with below average performance. If I'm not mistaken, perfumer behind this one is same person with Amouage Interlude. I don't remember the name right now, but I'm pretty sure it is same person. The only issue is here performance. It is somehow below average, like 4 to 5 hours in terms of longevity, with first hour below average, very soft type of projection and sillage. But DNA is, for me, it is my personal opinion, a mind-blowing DNA. Would be way more successful with a better performance. At number 9, Milestone by Armaf, a very ugly fragrance which gets compliments. I said ugly because it is like very exotic, very different, like rooty, muddy, smells like wet soil, definitely rooty, with some tropical fruits at the top and salty notes at the base. Very different creation, you know, very ugly. Yeah, ugly is the best thing for this fragrance. I like that creative and outstanding DNA of the fragrance, although it is not one of the most beautiful or ordinary citrusy woody fragrances. Gets compliments, as I said. Performance is good. 8 hours in terms of longevity on the skin, with 2 hours of good projection and very good sillage. Has a very long central sillage of this fragrance is way better compared to the projection. At number 8, Seville, again by Armaf. For me, this one is one of the best takes on Dior Sauvage DNA. Yeah, it is like Dior Sauvage plus Invictus Aqua, without ambroxan, without that much of aquaticness or sweetness, with added citruses. Citruses are here definitely main player, with touch of aquatic notes, or let's say Rasasi Havas and Dior Sauvage together, without that much of ambroxan. Smells highly pleasing. Performance is average to good, like 6 to 7 hours in terms of longevity, with first hour and a half, again average to good type of projection and sillage. Complimenting factor is great, gets crazy compliments. I really enjoy it. At number 7, another great job from House of Armaf, Club de Nuit Iconic. It is very close to parfum version of Bleu de Chanel. Bad atomizer, by the way, leaky. Yeah, it is very close to parfum version of Bleu de Chanel because it is less incensey and more citrusy. Somehow also reminds me of Guerlain L'Eau Medial Cologne, which is also close to Bleu de Chanel parfum version. But for me, this one is like 80%, 85% close to Bleu de Chanel parfum. If you like this type of masculine and mature freshy fragrances which have age factor to it, definitely this one is a must try, must have for you because of the price and performance. Lasts like 8 hours plus in terms of longevity on my skin, with 2 hours of good projection and sillage. Definitely a great value for the money and smells highly expensive. At number 6, definitely one of my most favorite and most worn freshies, Saltwater Ferragamo Uomo Casual Life. It is like minty, sweet lemony, which has some sort of weight to it at the base because of coffee, so which gives a little bit of bitterness, pleasing type of bitterness, or let's say safe type of bitterness. So it is like sweet, lemony, minty with touch of coffee at the base. To my nose, it is like semi-creative type of DNA because of that coffee at the base. If it was like woody, citrusy, aquatic, minty, I would say like, okay, ordinary type of freshie, but it is out of that ordinary freshie mainstream, let's say, designer DNA because of that coffee at the base. Performance is average, like 5 to 6 hours. In terms of longevity, with first hour and a half average projection and sillage, and great complementing factor. At number 5, Writer, another Dior Sauvage looking fragrance, let's say, or inspired, not a cologne because it is way different compared to Dior Sauvage, but smells like, let's say. Here we have anise. Anise is shining. In the Dior Sauvage, bergamot shines at the first sniff, plus pepper and ambroxan. Here we have anise, citruses, and lavender. Definitely DNA of Dior Sauvage is here, but less aggressive. It is like way more polished and rounded and easy to wear, I can say, compared to the Dior Sauvage, and leans little bit sweeter. It's very beautiful DNA and way more wearable, to be honest, compared to Dior Sauvage. Less synthetic, and I have shower gel of this fragrance, which is very refreshing. I really enjoy it. Performance is like 5 to 6 hours, and so also we have here magnetic top. Performance is like 5 to 6 hours, let's say good 6 hours to this one, with first hour and a half average projection and sillage. Not as strong as Dior Sauvage, but I can say, for example, stronger than Prada Luna Rossa Carbon, if you have smelled that fragrance. At number 4, one of those solid 10 out of 10 cheapies, Najdia from House of Latafa, $25. Such a great value for the money, and it comes with a tiny deodorant. So scent profile, performance, complementing factor, price 10 out of 10, even price is 20 out of 10. Smells like green Invictus Aqua or Resassi has with some sort of leafy tobacco, I would say, leafy vibe. Yeah, that leafy vibe is a little bit sour, like tobacco, leafy, green, aquatic, sweet and fresh. It is definitely way more mature compared to Invictus Aqua or Resassi has because of that leafy vibe. It is like more masculine, let's say, but still it has some sort of youthful, happy and aquatic, watery vibe. At the background, performance is great. I can get like 8 hours plus in terms of longevity, with 2 hours of solid projection and sillage, and great complementing factor. At number 3, Aloysam Day from House of Resassi. If I'm not mistaken, it is more than 4 years that I have this fragrance in my collection, and it still smells fresh, calming and not outdated. I really enjoy this scent. It is very close to Silver Mountain Water from House of Crete, with added very pleasing, silky and soft pink rose undertone, let's say. If I have to review the scent profile, it is like citrusy and musky, has some sort of rodent vibe to it, and at the dry down gets more musky, and rose shines better at the dry down of the fragrance. Lasts on me like 8 hours in terms of longevity, with 2 hours of solid projection and sillage. Sillage is even way better compared to the projection. At number 2, another 10 out of 10 solid job from House of Armaf. I believe after Club de Nuit Intense Man, it is one of the best releases from this house. Club de Nuit Urban Man Elixir, which smells very busy, crowded and complementing. It is like hybrid of Aventus with YEDP and Dior Sauvage. I would like it more smoky. We have just top note of Aventus here. It is not smoky. We have not dry down of Aventus, let's say here. Backbone of Dior Sauvage is here. Ambroxany, lavendery fougere with some sort of grape juicy vibe, which is like YEDP to my nose. So it is citrusy, herbal and woody. For this price, scent profile is highly expensive and busy, crowded. Lasts something like solid 8 to 10 hours plus in terms of longevity. Really lasts and projects crazy 2 hours. Gets solid compliments. At number 1, hands down my most worn and most favorite Chippy, most complimented as well, is none other than Arm of Club, the new Intense Man EDP version. In terms of scent profile, performance, price, 10 out of 10. Opens up very rounded, polished, citrusy, and dried on is like woody, smoky, highly expensive, very close to smokier batches of Creed Aventus. Oh, mind-blowing and super expensive smelling Chippy. I get solid 8 hours plus in terms of longevity with 2 hours of great projection and sillage. Complimenting factor 20 out of 10. Take care, guys.